Okay, I am going to get started. I want to thank you for joining me. This is the free workshop on how to use social media to stand out and grow your business. If you have any questions as I'm moving along, please drop them in the chat. I am happy to stop and answer your questions. And if you have questions, don't be afraid to drop them in the chat. Nobody is going to pick on you. Nobody's going to say anything. And there are no dumb questions. And then the other thing too is if I don't go through something and you wish I did, just stop and ask me those questions as well. I'm happy to, again, move along and answer those questions for you. Okay, so I am Kat Ramirez, CEO and founder of Advertise and #SocialBuzz. We are a social media marketing company. I do the free webinar once a month, every month, regardless. I've been doing it since 2015. And it's my way of giving back, and it's my way of helping, businesses that don't normally get the resources that you need in order to run your business. So happy to do that today and happy to be with you. Okay, so I love giving this answer. I always have people all the time ask me in my one-on-one consultations when they want to find out about marketing. There's always a few people to ask, what's the magic bullet? What's the silver bullet that's going to make things happen? And what's that one thing that's going to drive success to me? And again, I get this asked a lot. So I'm going to tell you what that answer is. Okay. Success is consistency, period. That's it. I like saying that you want to be persistent to be consistent. That's my saying. Be persistent to be consistent. If you're not consistent, you're not going to grow your business. It takes that investment that you're willing to give up some time to be consistent. Now, there are a lot of people that pick and choose a lot of things to do. I say pick and choose your battle, because you can't be consistent on everything and then run your business and expect to have enough energy to then go home and, entertain your family or whatever. So keep this in mind, please. Success is consistency. I can't say it any other way. Until I'm blue in the face, there'll be someone who asks me, oh, I know there's a silver bullet. Yeah, the silver bullet is consistency. That's what it is. Okay. 76% of consumers say, if you market to me, I will remember you. It's simple. It's easy. If you are branding yourself to your future customers over and over and over, every single day, day in and day out, then you're reminding them to think of you when that time comes that they need your goods, services, or product. Okay. So 76% of consumers are saying, hey, if you market to me, I will remember you. They're telling you this. We need to listen and follow through. Okay, the first thing you want to do before you get started in any market is you want to understand the problem you are solving. So I'm going to ask you, what is the problem you are solving? Do you want to share that in the chat? Let me know what the problem you are solving. And if you don't know, put NA, but this is the important piece of helping you grow your business. So if you don't know the problem you're solving, tell me the name of the business, or, what type of business are you running? Anybody brave enough to share? Anybody? Nobody wants to share the problem you're solving? Okay. Again, you have my whole 100% time, energy committed to you for 1 hour. I normally charge $250 an hour to consult with people. So you have my time. Okay, I love this. Olga says, women empowerment through pole dancing. That's awesome, Olga. That's awesome. I love that. Okay, so again, what is the problem you're solving? So Olga is offering women empowerment. And she's doing that through pole dancing, which I love. That's awesome. So this example I have in front of you is a PI attorney, personal injury attorney. They're really good at explaining the problem they're solving. They say, if you slip and fall, call me. If you've been in an accident, call me. If a semi has hit you, call me. It's very simple and explicit. So you have to understand what is the problem you're trying to solve. If you don't understand this, you're going to have a hard time converting people. I promise you that. Okay, second thing you need to know. And again, you guys need to be more engaged. What is your unique selling proposition? What's the one thing that makes you unique? What's the one thing that separates you from your competitors? If they don't buy from you, who are they buying from and why? Anybody, does this resonate with anybody? Anybody want to share what your unique selling proposition is? Anybody? This is, again, very important for your marketing. What is your unique selling proposition? Anybody? Anybody brave enough again? Okay, thank you, Olga. Okay, so she says, my energy and bravery. Okay, so that's your unique selling proposition. So let me help you with this so that you're on the right track. So I'm social media marketing. Okay. There are a lot of social media marketing companies, a ton. And my unique selling proposition is I offer the first 30 days for free. Isn't that unique? Doesn't that help me stand out? Isn't that different from all the other social media managers? So think about what makes your proposition unique. What is it that makes you different? Okay, Gordon Family says tax services, optimize tax refund by tax planning and consultant. Okay. Now I get that, Gordon, that you guys do tax services and you're doing tax planning, but there are a lot of people doing tax services and planning. What makes you unique? What makes you different? This can be, I'll use another great example. I work with a bunch of plumbers, and one of the plumbers that I was working with said, I'm a plumber, Kat. What? I don't know. We don't have a unique selling proposition. I said, well, let's think about it. And I said, what are your competitors failing that you're doing? What's the one thing that they're terrible at? What are they terrible at? And he said, that's easy. They don't call people back. We call people back within 8 hours. We always call them back within 8 hours. If it's not immediately, it's within 8 hours, and we let our customers know. So we call them back. You know what? When he told me this, I loved it. I said, you are exactly right. That is a great, unique selling proposition, and that should be part of your campaign. It should be, call us, ABC plumbers. We will call you back within 8 hours. So unique selling proposition. Okay. So Gordon Family says cost. Okay. A lot of people say cost, and I'm going to be honest with you, Gordon Family. You got to be careful about using a cost game, because you don't need to be the cheapest. You don't need to be the most expensive. So think about your unique selling proposition and how does that position you in a positive light?
I know.
And what? Yep. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know, because, I don't want to be the cheapest, but again, I want to be cost effective, giving them the maximum results.
Okay. So then say that. Say we're the most cost effective with the maximum results. Say that. That's your unique selling proposition. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Yes.
Okay, good. Perfect. Okay. Anybody else brave enough? I'm going to keep going, but if you put it in the chat, I will respond. Okay. The third thing you have to know, the third thing, and this is going to make or break your money spent in advertising and marketing. I don't care if it's on Facebook ads and Google AdWords or wherever. Okay. You guys have to know who your audience is. Who is your audience? You have to know them to the fine remote details about them. Create an avatar or persona of who this person is. Draw them, put a picture, grab them out of a magazine. I don't care. Talk about them. Are they a female? Are they female? Olga, what is your target audience? Tell me, type it in while I'm talking. Know exactly who they are and drill them down as much as you can. The more that you can drill down your target audience of who your exact perfect persona is, the less you're going to waste your dollars. You're not going to waste your marketing dollars. I'm telling you, please do not tell me everyone's your target, because everyone isn't your target. So anybody willing to write down their target audience and share with us who your target audience is. And again, the more that you can drill it down, the better. So anyone from 18 onwards paying taxes. No, that's not it. A Gordon family, I just told you, don't do that. It's not anyone paying, 18 onwards paying taxes. Think about when you're doing tax preparation. You're never going to get the person who does their own, the DIY person. You're not going to get them because maybe they're cheap and they don't want to hire a tax person. So keep that in mind, okay? Maybe you're probably more likely to get that dual income tax person because that's a lot to process. That's a lot to do. So maybe it's a dual income, meaning a family, okay? So this is what I'm telling you guys to think about, because the more that you can drill down your perfect audience, who's your bread and butter, who's paying for you now, think about who they are. What do they look like? What is their background? What kind of jobs do they have? Are they a family? Do they have kids? The more people in their family, right? The more write-offs, the more opportunity for them, and the more complicated the taxes get. Maybe they are two joint families, so they had kids from different families. The more complicated, the better, right? Gordon, the more complicated, the better. Okay. Here's the other thing. I'm glad you said that. She said, I was specializing in residents living abroad. That is awesome. Here's the other thing I'm going to suggest as well is that you can have more than one avatar. You can have 2 avatars. You can have 3. What you don't want to do is when you're marketing is cross over your avatars or bundle them. Don't do that. So if you have more, so let's say let's say Gordon family, let's say you do business owners as one avatar, and then you do just regular consumer as the second one. Okay. And let's say that your second one is focusing only on young people who just got a job, right? Young people just got a job. Or let's say college kids, and this is their first corporate job. So think about who your avatar is and who you want to go after, because if you do it broad and wide, you're going to kill yourself. It's not going to work. So they say riches and niches, right? Riches and niches. So figure out who your avatar is. Okay, let's keep moving on. Okay, what are your expectations? So if you can drop in the chat, what are your expectations when you do social media to grow your business? Let me know what your expectations are. I'm just curious to know what, anybody willing to share? Get clients for my studio. Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to help you and I'm going to push you a little, Olga. I'm going to say, get clients for your studio. How many new clients? How many do you have now? How many do you want to increase by? You've got to make sure that you understand the dynamics, because you want to make sure, is it realistic? And I'm going to say this again. Is it realistic? And if it's realistic, because if you currently have, let's say 10 clients, and you were averaging 1 new client a month, then to double 10 clients in a month, it might be unrealistic, but to double your clients every month is probably more realistic. Does that make sense? Let's make sure that your expectations are realistic and that they're quantifiable, that you put some kind of qualification or quantify it. Okay. Does anybody have any question in regards to that? Because I want to make sure that you manage your expectations. Know your numbers. The best thing to know is your website traffic, your social media traffic. You want to know your numbers. When I look at my numbers, I have a dashboard that I set up through Google Analytics, and it tells me where my traffic's coming from. And one of my low volume traffics for one of my businesses is Facebook. And so LinkedIn is way better, but Facebook is really, really low. So I have to analyze and think about that. Maybe I should put different posts on Facebook. Maybe I should do a different strategy. So analyze your numbers. Everything about you, everything that you're doing is on Google Analytics. It's a free account. You can set up the account, put the code on the back end of your website, and it will measure all your traffic and let you know where that traffic's coming from and what are they doing. If you don't do this, again, you're going to waste dollars, especially on marketing. Okay, Olga said I need at least 20 people per week, 2 people per class 5 times a week, accounting for people taking 1 class a week. Okay, see, I love that, Olga. You really explained that a lot better. Okay. Okay, so know your numbers. Okay, opportunity. What is the opportunity for using social media? Well, over 40% of small businesses don't have a presence on social media. Isn't that amazing? So if 40% of all the small businesses are not on social media, that gives you a leg up. I promise you. And I always hear a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, social media is saturated. No, it's not. I promise you, it's not. Social media is free. Just know that anything that is free is a lot of work. If you're doing social media now and it's not a lot of work and you're not getting attraction and engagement, you might not be doing it right. So when you do it right, it is a lot of work. So keep this in mind. Social media is free, but it is a lot of work. You've got to put the time and energy and effort into it. There's some minutia and strategy that go into it. Okay, first and foremost, you want to have a plan. You need a roadmap. You cannot take a trip to the Grand Canyons without a roadmap. You need to know what your start is, what are going to be your midpoints, and then how do you end? So you need to have a roadmap. Everybody should have a roadmap. Okay, the next thing you want to have is have a process in place. What is your process to convert someone? What is your sales cycle? What is your sales flow? There's so many different words to analyze and name this. So you want to attract your future customers. You want to convert them. You want to close them, and then you want to delight them. And then on the bottom are different ways on how you can attract them, convert them, close them, and delight them. So think about your process. Think about your flow. What does yours look like? And how are you going to take someone through the funnel? Excuse me. Okay. This is the best part. And it depends on what social platform you're going to be utilizing. Can you guys drop in the chat what platforms you're using? That way, as we move further, I can address and give you pointers on the different ones that you're using. So as you're dropping those in the chat, I'm going to explain how social media is effective. How does it work for you? Okay, so social media is just one big party. That's all it is. Have any of you guys been to like a networking group or a networking party? Any of you guys been to any chamber of commerce networking or anything like that? Yes, for Gordon. Okay. Olga, have you? Yes. Okay, good. Okay. So basically what social media is the same thing. If you think about it. Okay. I don't care if it is the Facebook party, Instagram party, Pinterest, LinkedIn, whatever. Okay. When you go to these networking events, you kind of get a feel for the people maybe that you want to meet with or go and talk to, especially if they do a pre-list. But if they don't, then you're circulating the room trying to find that one target, right? To that 1 or 2 targets that you could probably just hit up on. maybe get their card and then ask them for a coffee date or a lunch date or something, right? To get to know them better. Okay, social media is no different. When you're posting content to gravitate those people to you so that they can check you out, and eventually you both can say, hey, maybe we should get to know each other a little better. Looks like we have some things in common, or I can help you, or you can help me, blah, blah, blah. Same kind of dialogue, but you're in a room in the social platform, and your content is targeting your exact audience. This is why it's so important to know all the pre-work so that you're not targeting the wrong audience, and you're not spinning your wheels, and you're not going to convert the right person. Okay, so that's the whole point of it. Is when people go to social media, they're in their different little pods and groups. And basically, for example, let's say that, when we're networking at a networking event, there are people around the buffet, there are people around the bar, there are people on the sides just checking out the whole room. And then there's people in the middle that pretty much talk to everyone, right? They're just circulating and they talk to everyone. Same thing with social media. There's people that are engaging in funny memes. There's people that engage in educational ones. There are people that engage on quotes. There are people that engage on surveys and polls or videos. Same thing. I need you guys to keep that in mind. Same thing. That's what social media is all about, is how do you get their attention and how do you keep it engaged? Okay. So I always talk about social media, and there's 3 things that you have to do: educate, entertain, and engage. That's it. Educate, entertain, and engage. The 3 E's. That's your job. That's what you want to do. Okay, next up, creating your content calendar. Has anybody here created a content calendar? Anybody on this webinar? Nope. Okay. So content calendar really is create a cadence for every day. So you're creating a theme, and you can copy this. It's a pretty generic content calendar. I'm going to tell you though, that you want to front load your good stuff and end load the stuff that's like, and Friday, nobody's on social media. Just keep that in mind. I would say still post, maybe post something funny or motivational, but don't put a lot of energy and effort into it. Don't let that be your selling post, please. Okay, so Monday is motivation. Make sure that your motivation is targeted to your audience. Please make sure that if you're picking motivation, and let's say your target audience is families, let the motivational quote target families. Do not put a motivational quote that targets, let's say it's on handicapped people. Like, make sure it targets your audience. Make sure it is exactly fits them. Okay. So if you're a veteran and you want Monday to be a veteran motivational quote, then use only veterans, right? So things like that. Tuesday, tips. So make sure that your tips are good and they're well, clear and thought out. They don't have to be a blog. They can be very simple. 1, 2, 3 here, do this. Well, selling posts, if you do a selling post, and you should every week, make sure you sell it hard. Make sure you talk about the benefits. Make sure you talk about the price point. Make sure you talk about why they should consider you. That's your unique selling proposition. Okay. Thursday, your own original content. If you have a blog, if you have a video, anything that's yours it's original would be great for Thursday. And Friday is a community meme. So this, again, educate, engage, and entertain. How often should you post? Minimum 3 times a week. You're a hero if you do 5 times a week. Okay. So minimum 3 times a week. Consistency. Remember the second slide I showed you, and I said this is the key to success. It's consistency. Consistency means the more and the more often, the better. That's success. Anybody want to share how often they are posting currently? Anybody? So keep in mind, consistency is king. And what I put in here is hypothetically, if you started at once a week and did that for a couple months. Then you did twice a week and did that for a couple months. And then you did 3 times a week and did that for a couple months, and then go to 4 and then go to 5. You want to graduate to 5 times a week, because again, the more consistent, the better for you. Thank you, Gordon family, for sharing once a week. I appreciate that. Okay. So basically, here's the cool thing about social media. It gives you the opportunity to tell your story in bits and pieces over time. That's the cool thing about social media, is you can continuously tell your story of who you are, what you do, and how to get a hold of you. It's the one media where you have the opportunity to keep sharing your story over and through multiple days. Okay. Okay, I post every single day except stories, reels, or posts. 0 traction. I get likes from friends, but new people don't sign up. I can't get to the new audience. Okay, so you post every single day, either stories, reels, or posts. Okay. I'd be curious to know what kind of posts you did. If you send me the link to your Facebook page, I can check it out. I would give you some feedback. Okay, how to post. Here's a breakup of how to post. Okay, do you see this? You want a headline. You want a body with the info. You want a close. You want a call to action. And then, of course, associate hashtags. This is for any platform. The only one that this one doesn't apply to is Twitter, because you're limited on word count. So you always want to have this scenario, this set up whenever you do a post. And I'm going to give you some examples. The headline needs to get someone's attention. So think about your good service or product, and what is the headline that you typically use, or what are you going to do to get someone's attention? And I'll give you a great example. Our headline can easily be first 30 days free for 100% done for you social media management. So would that get your attention? Would that get any of you guys' attention if I said the first 30 days are free? So I want you to understand the power of headlines. Okay, great. Because you got to use the power of headlines. And this could be for those of you who aren't getting any engagement or traction on social media. Your headline has to get them motivated to do something or get their attention. Okay. You want to make sure you get their attention. This headline says coaches and marketing agency. So basically they're calling out their audience. They're saying, hey, if you're a coach or a marketing agency, we will place an appointment setter inside your business. And if they don't perform, you don't pay. Isn't that a great headline? They don't perform, you don't pay. Well, heck, I'll try that. Okay. So think about that. And again, your posts don't have to be short. They don't have to be long. You have to make sure that they fit you and your style. Okay. And this is a long one. It is a sponsored, meaning it's a paid ad, but they got lots of engagement, a lot of traction. Okay. So let's look at the next one. This is a short copy. And again, this is a sponsored ad. And on he says, new book reveals how quickly acquire business and unlimited leads for 0 money out of your pocket. The result of over 30 years tested improvement. So I think he puts on here, rush you your free copy. It's a free copy of the book so that you can learn how to get unlimited leads. Okay. So think about your headlines. Think about the body and what are you saying? Because it has to be provoking. Here's another example. And I do like this one. The one thing I don't like, and I'm going to share with you because I need you to be tuned in and be aware. Very excited about this Black Friday offer. So she has a Black Friday offer. Then she goes on to talk about all her video goodies that she has for you. She's going to teach you how to make these awesome videos, how fast they are, how easy, and how energetic, and you're not going to get confused. You're going to be able to take her templates and do your own videos. And this was like, here you go, all of this 1,600 value for only $147. 1 week only, sign up today. Now, the thing I can't stand, or the thing that bothered me, is she used a static ad. She didn't even use a video. You're selling video, but you're not using video. Like, how dumb is that? Would you guys not think that that would be kind of obscure, kind of like wrong? Like, okay, you're telling me how powerful video is and how amazing, and you're going to teach me how to use these videos and how epic they're going to be, but yet you're using a still image. Please be tuned into this. Please, 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 because I'm very tuned into this and this turns me off. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so we talked about social buzz. I think the breakdown on this is I'm price point, what they get, benefits, call to action, and then I close with my tagline and social media hashtags. So keep this in mind as there is a layout that you need. Okay, so what is a call to action? Do you guys know what a call to action is? Anybody brave enough to tell me what a call to action is? Anybody want to give me an example of their call to action?
So it would be like send me a message or book now or
Yes, ma'am. You got it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Trial offers, codes. Let's go here. So any of these, learn more, book a free consult, join today, shop now, free consult, download, get today, free offer, coupon code, contact me. All of these, free business valuation. All of those are call to action. You need to tell your people what to do. If you're not telling your people what to do, they're not going to do it. I hate to say this, but people want to be told what to do. So if you have a business and you have a call to action and you're not telling people what to do, book now, learn more, get this free consult, get this free business valuation, sign up today. All of those are telling people what to do. You've got to tell people what to do. Don't assume they are going to go find your website. They're going to go find this and that. No, please make it easy for them. Tell them what to do. Is everybody familiar with tagging? Do you guys know what tagging is in social media? Anybody not? Yes. Okay. Anybody not know what tagging is? Anybody? And this is when you use the @ sign. You use the @ sign, you start typing in who the business is, and then it'll tag them. It'll pop up a few options or selections based on what you're typing in, and then you click on it and it tags them. Tagging helps you spread your voice to that partner's audience or that place. That's what tagging is. Anytime that you can tag and it's appropriate and it flows with your content, then you should hands down do it. Do it. Don't miss those opportunities. Let's say that, for instance, Olga, you went to a networking event and it was the Chamber of Commerce in your community. And then you took a picture with a couple ladies and you posted them the next day. Make sure you tag that Chamber of Commerce. That way all their members can see that post. People love pictures of themselves. They love it. They love it. If you're ever going to a networking event, take as many pictures as you can and use it and post it. I promise you, people love it. Okay, I'm assuming everybody's good with tagging. Now, hashtags. Do we know why we use hashtags and what are they for? Anybody want to share? Anybody want to give that a good guess? What are hashtags and why do we use them? Anybody? Are you guys using hashtags? Nobody? Okay. Hashtags, and at some point, okay, so Olga's using. You may not need hashtags anymore because of the way the AI, all of this chat GPT and AI, at some point, we're not going to need hashtags. Hashtags was just to alert these huge search engine. This is a topic on social media, especially if I hashtag social media. This is why I can't stand when people do hashtag stuffing. Hashtag stuffing is when you see 50 hashtags and some of them are relevant and some of them are irrelevant. Don't do that. Please don't do that. I say if you're going to use hashtags, use 2 or 3. That's it. Don't make yourself look spammy, and knowing that at some point these hashtags will go away because of the AI that works on the back end that grabs things, and it grabs it without the hashtag. It's just grabbing the words. Okay. And it's way smarter than a regular Google search. So think about that as you're using these hashtags. Be very judicious with them. Be sparingly. Make sure the hashtag is relevant to the post. It can't be a hashtag that is not relevant to the post. That's the other thing. You'll get pinged for that. Okay. Okay. Respond to comments and messages. Are you guys responding to all comments and all messages? Because here's the name of the game. Your algorithm will kick in higher if you respond to any comments or messages. Okay, great. And if you don't respond to them, especially in a nice, graceful time span, that is working for you. When you wait a week to respond to everyone, you're telling the algorithm, you don't really care. I don't care. I'm just doing this because it's a function of just going through the exercise. So please make sure that you respond and message in appropriate time. Videos. Are any of you guys using videos for your social media? Anybody? And I'll tell you that the experts in social media are predicting that all social media will be nothing but video in 3 to 5 years. They're predicting, because people are so time starved and people want instant gratification, and they just want to see it now and there, right? They want to see in quick blurts. And that's why, you know, a TikTok is so successful, and TikTok is up their game to 3 minutes. Also YouTube with the shorts. Those things are doing really well. If you're not using YouTube and uploading your shorts, your smaller reels there, you're missing a mark. That is another opportunity. And then all the other platforms are adapting to video, Pinterest most recently. So all of them are really in the video game, and they all want to stay in that and work more to get more. Okay, so reviews are awesome. I tell you what, I met a client one time that I was working with. He had over 300 reviews, and he told me, he said, you know, I gotta be honest, I get enough business. This was a website client. He goes, we get tons of business. He goes, all of our reviews organically get us more clients. And he had reviews on Google, Yelp, and there was one other website. I can't remember what it was, but Google and Yelp for sure. So reviews are awesome. If you're not getting traction in the social media content that you're doing, I would highly suggest you start getting reviews, especially positive ones, not negative. But you got to make it easy for your client and send them the link to where to drop the review. And it's in your best interest to create a pre-made email with all the links to the different review sites that you have. So make sure there's at least, 2 to 3 review links to different platforms, so that if they don't have access to one, they have access to the others. Okay. So reviews are awesome. That's a great way to confirm your expertise and your reliability and your position in the marketplace. And then contests are great. Olga, this would be great. Or Gordon, anybody can do a contest. You can give away, gift cards. You can partner with a business in your community. You can, give away a free merchandise of your own, like a free tax preparation. And you just need to make it engaging. Just say we're giving away one free tax preparation. If you drop a comment below on someone that should be utilizing or doing their tax, or would be interested in a contest, drop their name below. Anything to get more engagement. So those are just some examples of how I would do a contest. And again, I'm always trying to get people to invite more people to be aware of my product, good, or service. Okay. Events. So events are either like real live events, virtual events, or events can also be like things coming, a book signing, a webinar coming, open door, I don't know, if you have a brick and mortar, a ladies' night, anything. People don't utilize events enough. Okay. So you have an opportunity to create an event. Events can be surrounded around Juneteenth Day, around July, 4th of July. And maybe it's an offer that you have for anybody who checks out that event. And you can have that offer for the whole month. Okay. So events are great. And it's a great opportunity to cross promote and get people interested in your product, good, or services. Okay, paid ads. Any of you guys doing any paid ads, whether you're boosting or doing a paid ad campaign? Anybody doing a paid ad? No. Oh, okay. Okay, Gordon Family said they did a boost. Okay, great. So let me explain the difference and you understand. So, oops, let me go back one. Basically, when you do a paid ad, you have two ways to do it. You can hit the boost, and then it's going to give you some filters and tell you, do you want to target these people? Do you want to expand the reach on this post? Okay. I have clients that have lots of success from doing this alone, and they're converting people. And that's great. If you are and you're converting people, that is fantastic. Okay. If you're trying to get more engagement, I would say, have a budget, do one boost every week and pick that post that you want the engagement. Because the reality is if people engage, they're more likely to remember. If you're just putting your brand in front of them, then you're subliminally just trying to brainwash them. So keep that in mind as you do your ad campaigns. Okay. And the more that you can get someone engaged, the more likely they're reading. Okay. So when you do a paid ad campaign, has more filters. There's more opportunity to do unique things. Okay. So it just makes it a little more complicated, but you have more opportunity to be a little more precise and targeted with your audience and your creative. Okay. So that's really the big difference. If you can hire someone or you can learn to do the ad campaign yourself, then I would highly suggest that as opposed to boosting. Because when you boost, basically what Facebook is doing is they're selling you unsold inventory. And so you're not going to get always the cream of the crop. But like I said, with this other client, they really have taken off with boosting and they love it and they don't spend a lot of money. Okay, the other mistake I see a lot of people doing is they don't make it easy for someone to contact you. So when you're posting and you don't put in your posts like, here's our website, check it out, or here's our phone number, or if you have a brick and mortar, here's the location, stop by. Okay, make it easy for someone to contact you. Do not make it difficult. Make it very, very easy. It's the biggest mistake people make is they don't make it easy for someone to get a hold of them. There is so much more that you can do. I promise you, there is a ton. There's a ton that you can do. This is one of my favorite stories that I love sharing. I'm going to share with you as we're winding down and wrapping this up and if I haven't educated you on something that you wanted to learn, drop it in the comment because I'll hit it here toward the end as we wrap this up. Any comments that you have. Okay, advertising and marketing is about reminding people why to shop you. At the end of the day, you have a responsibility as a business owner to remind the future customers of yours of why they need you. Why do they need your goods, services, or product? Okay. And I like to use McDonald's as an example. Is everybody here familiar with McDonald's? Anybody not familiar with McDonald's that's here today? Let me know if you're not familiar with McDonald's. McDonald's is a multi-billion-dollar, well-branded machine. Okay. and so well branded that babies come out of the womb asking for nuggets. They just automatically come out of the womb. That's how well branded McDonald's is. When you see those golden arches, you already know, oh, I want a Big Mac, or oh, I want those chicken nuggets, or the fries, crispy fries, or whatever it is. Okay. You're branded. You know this. So what I want to share with you is what the big picture of how McDonald's work. Okay. Big picture. So think about McDonald's, this multi-billion-dollar well-branded machine. Okay. And they started off as a little mom and pop shop long time ago, little bitty, one location, but now they're this well-branded multi-billion-dollar machine. So you're never, ever, ever going to see McDonald's dark. What does that mean? You're never not going to see McDonald's on a billboard. You're never not going to see McDonald's on a radio ad. You're never not going to see McDonald's on the TV. You're never not going to see McDonald's somewhere. McDonald's knows that if they don't remind you and I to buy a Big Mac every single day, they will lose hundreds of thousands of dollars in one day. So McDonald's knows this. So my question to you is, why would you do anything differently? If you know McDonald's strategy is to stay out there reminding their future customers who they are, what they do, and how to get a hold of them every single day, relentlessly, no matter what, then why would you do it any different? Why would you use a different strategy to McDonald's? And again, I'm not saying use the same media that they pick. I'm not saying spend the same amount of dollars. I'm saying big picture strategy. Like, why wouldn't you keep yourself top of mind every single day? Remind your future customers who you are, what you do, and how to get a hold of you. Does that make sense? Does that resonate with you guys? Because I'll tell you what, if there's anything that I want you to take away, it's this one thing, because this one thing is going to help you stay consistent. This one thing is going to help you grow your business. So keep this in mind. And again, it's big picture, it's strategy, because it's not the little, tactical, little things you do here and there, here and there. It's being consistent, and it's really sticking to your guns. Okay. So marketing advertising is a marathon. It's not a sprint. There are no quick fixes. There are no magic bullets. None of that. None. It's hard work. You have to stay at it. And sometimes you have to give away things in order to get something back. Okay. So again, that's how you're going to manage your social media and what you're going to put out there. Two options to grow your business. The first one, you do it, you pound the pavement, you get the business. Second one, you're exhausted, you don't have the bandwidth, you're not good at it, you hire or pay someone to do it for you. There is no third option. If you pick option 3, it's like a banking system. If you do nothing, you get nothing. So remember this, if you choose to do nothing, you will get nothing in return. So keep that in mind as you're thinking about your marketing strategy. And then I always have people ask me, hey, Kat, when do I stop marketing? Well, the day you're ready to close the doors, let's stop marketing. Because that's when you're supposed to stop, is when you're ready to close those doors. Okay. It's just like paying rent. You have to have the marketing in place forever, for the life of your business. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Anybody you can take your audios off on now, and you can, if you have any questions, you can ask them now. If you have any feedback, I'd love to get your feedback. Any feedback on what you learned? Nobody? Wasn't beneficial? Was beneficial? Okay. Very, very informative. Thank you. Thank you, Olga. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the feedback. Again, I advocate for small businesses. I want you guys to grow. I want you to become big and powerful so that one day maybe you sell your business. And as you can see, I also own 10X Business Broker. Happy to help you sell that business as well. So only takes 3 good, successful years in order to sell a business. But at the end of the day, get your business to where you want it to be so that you can set it up for success and to sell it so that you get a return on your investment. Just need a bit more time for us to provide responses. Okay, awesome. Appreciate it. Okay. Excuse me. Anybody else have any other questions or anything else that you needed from me? No? Okay. If you want to, you can set up a one-on-one with me. Happy to have a conversation with you. Happy to check out your social properties. Happy to give you some feedback. Otherwise, thank you, Mofado. Thank you also for joining us, and we appreciate you tuning in and learning. And if any of you guys, again, reach out to me. I really am an advocate for small businesses, and I really want you guys to be successful and to grow. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And you guys have a wonderful week. You got this.